Welcome as we partake on a journey of journeys through the crypto universe and beyond. Strap in to the biggest spaceship of your life, anti-gravity craft, taking you far, far away into space and time with the Crypto Lifer. Welcome. I'll see you soon. Trippy. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Pretty flat day here for Bitcoin. Let's get that music back up and running. Crucial time, 117,280 for BTC. Let's take a look at what's going down for BTC here on this Saturday night. God bless everybody here on this beautiful Saturday night that cares so much about crypto that they're here no matter what. Barbecues, hanging out with friends, they don't care. They want to hang out with the lifer. OKB, someone pointed out to the group, it looked nice inside of a flag, starting to get a bit of a bump. This thing may be the hottest thing out there to possibly 130. I'm not in it, I'm just being nice to show you that. And this trade was green all day long. Now closing a candle below the 200 moving average. It looked like we were going to get the pump. Things look nice with the green candle on the 4-hour. We didn't get the love. This thing may roll over to the downside here. I may cut off this trade down $39. Oh no. 39 bucks. The end of my life. So let's take a look at what's happening here for Bitcoin. Break it down for you here on this beautiful Saturday night here in a hot August. One of the hottest days of the year here in Sarasota. Felt like 107 degrees. It was 95 with a humidity like you wouldn't believe. It was, oh my gosh, it was hot. So, you know, this is looking more and more like it wants to roll over here to the downside. I would say, hey, but it broke out of this flag. It's now kind of hanging out. Can it get the bump? Can it get the higher low? Possible double bottom here on the 1-hour time frame. Or are we rolling over and starting to get the dump? It's not looking pretty here for Bitcoin. I gotta be honest, it doesn't look amazing. Looks pretty wackeezy. Let's take a look at our daily close and talk about it again like we did this morning for BTC. Shout out to all the beautiful souls out on the live. Thank you for being here. Shout out to all my crypto lifers. Lifers unite. Lifers unite. God bless you, Sam. God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Mr. Butters, Reliable J, Scottish Crypto, Vegas Claw, Daniel, James, Yo Brando, T Cruz. 86 here in North Carolina. Beautiful and breezy. Sounds beautiful. So let's take a look at the candle close today. It was a tweezer bottom, but it was a barely tweezer bottom. And we got love, but it wasn't enough. Like, we did pump to 117.8, but just not a lot of love. But we did get the tweezer bottom, which is a bullish sign on the daily that we could get the reversal. We opened at 117.342.04. The high was $143.98. The candle closed at 117.380. So it opened at 117.342. The high was 117.898.99. The low was 117.143.98. The candle closed at 117.380.66. It would go up $38 on the day. That was it. $38 from the beginning to end. From where it began to where it ended, it went up $38. That's insanity for an asset that big. Doesn't even make sense that it could do that. You think it would have to go up so much more or less than that, right? But that's it. With a range between 117 high and a low of about 117-100. So, not the worst thing in the world. It closed green. It fought off the bears, but, you know, still looking like we're going to get a weekly close with a nasty wick. And I got to tell you, I just, you know, 2 red wicks a couple weeks after each other. I don't know. I don't remember when I've seen that. Usually you start the downside after the first one, but I mean, it just looks bearish to me. I don't want to be the worst guy right now. No one should be saying the word bearish, right? It should be, I got to tell you, like everybody else on crypto Twitter, I have to say it's up only and alt season is coming and Bitcoin's going 180K. And if I don't say that, I'm a clown, right? It's like, but I always try to go against the status quo, against the grain. I just say, I don't know what's going to happen. I have no idea. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. The 2-week chart looked great, like it was going to break out. And if this closes fine, it's still bullish. Still, man, let this thing rip and become the highest, basically, 2-week close in the history of Bitcoin. Right now, we're kind of stuck. Look at this resistance at 117 for the 2-week chart. Tomorrow, we have to be getting some type of pump here. Boom. Rip this up, close it nice, and then we can get the next candle, and then we rip out of the rising wedge. Like, stop playing this game. Because if we don't rip out of the rising wedge, like, it's the end of it's like something's happening, and we're dumping all the way back down. Rising wedges dump to where they began. And 68% of the time, this puppy's coming back home. Probably will make some type of inverted head, some type of head and shoulder, and dump to the downside. So that's just what we're looking at here for Bitcoin. You gotta take this into account. I'm not saying it's happening for sure, but the bulls really gotta step up sooner or later. Like, we gotta see something, man. I get irritated in a way. It's like, show me. You gotta get above certain areas in price action. If you do not, it is what it is. So right now, look at the weekly resistance at 119. Clearly, you gotta close a weekly candle above this level. Like, this is just, you haven't been able to close a weekly candle above it in 5 weeks now. This will be the 6th week in a row with a wick to the downside. I mean, it's just craziness. So that is bearish to me right now. I am bearish on the weekly. It doesn't look amazing. We got to pump tomorrow into tonight, and it just doesn't look likely. 3-day chart, bearish engulfer with the bearish divergence. And I really was looking for the bounce today. It closed the candle it just closed the 3-day candle, a bearish engulfer. I mean, that looks like you're going to continue to dump, doesn't it? The beginning of the dump. The daily, we were looking for a bounce today of some type, like some hope here. Some hopium copium, and we got nothing. We got nothing. It was flat, and I don't expect anything on a Saturday. It's usually flat, but it's like, it just happened to be the day that we fell on the day of the chart, you know what I mean? The chart falls in certain areas or certain key parameters right at certain days. It happened to have been today, right? They don't look amazing. The 8-hour looks super oversold. The 4-hour looks beat, but it could roll over. I've seen it roll over right there. RSI indifferent. At the end of the day, to me, it's all about the 200 moving average. We closed a candle above it today, and then we had the secondary one turning green. I thought we were out. I thought by today we were going to rip to the 200. Look, we have the 21 crossing the 200 down. It's also a bearish cross. So I got to tell you, man, I was more bullish than anybody, but it's starting to look a little creepy here. And we got local resistance here. Look, resistance, resistance. Bounce, bounce. Bounce, bounce. Resistance, 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 resistance. My goodness. 117,007 is like so key. Like, we got to break through that area to remain bullish. Right? Steaks are cooking. Booming. I like it. Yep, I agree. They've been playing so many games. Shout out to Michael Reinhardt. So to me, I mean, that's rolling over. And what I've seen, honestly, too, it can almost be like shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder. I mean, it is what it is, right? So the head and shoulder lives again because you didn't get the breakout. And now we're starting to see 111,005 as the target yet again. It is what it is. We have to be open-minded to this behavior. And BOOKMAP suggests that we're going down to 114,000, and then we'll see what happens from there. But it even has liquidity down to 111.3, but right now it's 114. And we know if we close below 117, it's down to 114. We lose 114, it's 111. 111, it's 109. That's that weekly support of resistance that we know is oh so important. So right now, it's like you got to get back above the 200 moving average of the 4-hour time frame. You got to show us some bullishness. That was whack. Today was garbage, everyone. It was sideways price action the whole day. Basically right where we began. Nothing really changed. What did change to me is the sentiment. Like, that was a higher low. This was a bit of a flag here. This had a measured move. We got no follow through today. If anything, we made an M pattern that wants to break to the downside. That looks like an M, does it not? 116,600. So, I mean, that looks bearish to me. I don't like M's. We are oversold in the 1 hour slightly, but it's rolling over, man. So today they showed us that they wanted to pump us, so they just slowly bleed us dry all night into today. It's craziness. And price action, look how it, like, that's actually a very, that's like manipulative. I almost never seen that. See that? Look at that. So strange price. That's such strange price behavior. Even the moving average has never really seen that. They wave. They don't usually flatline like that. It's pretty awkward. A bit strange. The 1 minute, though, lost the 200 moving average. A signal to me that tells me we're in trouble. The 5 minute couldn't get back above it as well, even though we had flagged above it earlier today. We started this flag. We consolidated. That just had to break out. It was ready. It was sitting. Like, that breaks out more than it doesn't. Roll over for the stop hunt. I didn't put out any trades today. I thought the market looked horrible. I just kept updating the long I was in for a while. Is it time to buy the dip on all coins? Is it time to buy the dip? Are we going lower? Honestly, there's a chance that this there's a chance we roll over, everyone. We go see 114K. Like, there's a high probability. If we can't get back, I tell you right now, if in the next 10 hours you don't see us back above 117.8, I mean, I don't see how we're not dumping. So right now, I would have to kind of make a descending triangle out of this here. And I'd have to tell you, it looks like we're dumping tonight. We wake up tomorrow 116. So I'm a bear right now. Like, we had all day. They had to show us something. They didn't. Stayed below the 200 moving averages. And with this sad song playing, with you know, kind of hear those like violins or the bassola, the cello there in the background, whatever. It just sounds sad. And it's sad. It is sad for the Bulls. We had it. But, right. Hola, everyone. Join the 99 to be fine like me. Shout out to Crypto Billy. God bless you, man. Billy in the house. Vegas Claw in the house. Yo, Brando in the house. Reliable J in the house. Biscuits holding us down. So I'll keep my long open because I'm a stubborn old man. But, man, we'll see. Show me the love. Like double bottom, maybe. And get us out of here. But you got to get back above the 1 minute 200, the 5 minute 200, the 7 minute 200, and then the 15 minute 200. Then the 1 hour. And the 4 hour has to hold the 200 moving average. All this has to happen in conjunction with each other. Right now, it's just not. It is a higher low in the 4 hour. I'll tell you that, though. Low, that is a higher low right there. That's your low. That is, if they can close that as such, green, and flip that green, we're ready to rock. You know what I'm saying? We're ready to rock. Shout out to everybody. Are you still with me? Are you still with me? Are you still with me? That was insane what happened, but we stuck through a lightning storm. That's true. We just got a crazy lightning storm here. But I stuck through. We were able to muscle through. I don't know how we did it, but we did. Insane. All my monitors went black. I thought I was gone. Anyway, so I'm still in the long, but it looks bearish as heck. I know it's like how do you give a bearish TA and then say, you know, because some days, I'll be honest, I go against the technical analysis. I know it's as crazy as it sounds. Like, I go off like a trader instinct using a little bit of TA. And I'm like, they're faking this, but they're going long, or they're doing this, or they're going that, you know. Right now, the probability is to short the market. I'm just very stubborn, and I don't really short until the bigger areas. And I made enough longs this year, so yeah. He's like, the monitor is still black. Sure it is. Sure it is. In another lifetime. That would have made sense because you're seeing only what this sees. You know what I mean? I know what you're seeing. I'm an engineer, man. I know you're good on my end. Shout out to Billy. He's telling you what's up. So this is a possible double bottom here. Let's dig in for a beautiful double bottom. But, like, you know, tomorrow we got to see fireworks. Like, we can't go sideways all day. We got to get some action. Otherwise, we're dumping down to 111, 116. So BOOKMAP says we're going down to 115. The price action says we're going down. And we got major resistance right here at the point of control at about 117,750. So if you can't get back above that level, I wouldn't even be opening big longs until the 1 minute breaks us back above. I'm stuck at a long and I'm already in it, so hey, I'm going to take my chances and I'm going to be really stubborn. So that's what I'm doing tonight, and I gave you everything I could. So you do what makes you happy. Okay. Shout out to everybody here. Hidden bullish div on the 1 minute time frame. Bang. You know, kind of, little bit. It's not amazing, but it is there. It's attempting an inverted, some type of sloppy inverted head and shoulder too. Attempting a double bottom here too on the 1 minute. As you can see here, look. Bit of a double bouton, if I must say so myself, right? So, you know, Bear City right now for Bitcoin. But can we dig into a double bottom here on the 1 hour time frame? And when I show up tomorrow morning, where do I see price action? It's 8:39. I show up tomorrow at 8 o'clock. I mean, 118.9. Super sweet cherry tomatoes. That's also bad. Monday should bring trading volatility. It should. Shout out to Stephen Watson. God bless you. And honestly, it could be an inverse Bart Simpson. Bling, right? Flip that upside down. That's a Bart Simpson, right? We may be getting the inverse Bart Simpson too. That would be super beautiful. It looks likely. What is the bullish signs? Any bullish signs? Well, the 4 hour had just had a golden cross, which usually puts price. Yeah, I guess you're right, though. Price did go higher, but usually overall you're higher. I don't like this. I don't like how this could just roll down. And to me, it's a bear flag. Like, to me, I'm going to show you the most bearish scenario. We nailed it. I still can't believe we hit that flag. But like, honestly, right now, the probability says we're bearish. And even my system says below a 200 moving average, you should be shorting. Above a 200, you should be longing. Right now, we've closed a candle below and a secondary red candle. The measured move takes you to 115,346. Major resistance right there, too, at 117,750. So we get back above that, we can win, we can soar, but, you know, and then resistance at 119. So that's kind of where we stand. So it's I'd say it's an 80% chance we dump down to 115,000. More likely we dump down than not, in my humble opinion. Well, we'll see. Nobody knows for sure. What's up, Butters? Shout out to Mr. Butters. Shout out to Mike Reinhardt. Shout out to Pretty Toes Terry. That's a bit odd, but I hope you've got some pretty toes. Shout out to Leviathan. Shout out to Lewis Angel in the house. Oh, no, I sold 140% gain a long time ago. That was last night. Yeah, this is a secondary trade that we opened up. I don't think it was ever up. No, it was up $140. It was never up. Like, it was maybe up. Trying to think. At $58 is 6%. It was up maybe 20%. It was up 20%. It was up $200. But, I mean, you know. Yeah, so that's just kind of what we're looking at. And then let's take a look at any altcoins you don't. The strong coins. OKB still doing its thing. We talked about it this morning. We talked about it right now. Mutable X, Jasby, Pump Fund, Uni, KuCoin shares. Atom back at 450, but nothing to write home about. Pepe, Optimism, Dog with Hat, and all this nonsense, right? Just, you know, Arrow back at 135. I love to see that. That's strong. You know, Virtual above it. Render going to $4. I like to see SEI stay above 30. Chainlink above 20. Cake above 250. Caspa, I'd preferably like it above 10 cents. Ondo, we like it above $1. It's $9.999. Sui, in a really good spot of $3.77. I just see a bigger move for Sui. So I just see accumulation right now for coins that you love. Accumulation ENA, accumulation for Sol, you know. Like Sui, I see $9 Sui coming. I see, you know, Hedera, I do see Hedera moving with XRP, XLM. I see Injective getting more as we get more DeFi. I see Cake rolling because BNB's been hot. Aerodrome because it's the baby of Coinbase, and Coinbase ain't going to give up on Coinbase, and that stock is going to continue to pump. And Aerodrome is the automated market maker of the entire base chain there. I mean, it's just, to me, that's a no-brainer. All right. So Bitcoin's been around 117 to 117.5 all day long. Up to 1.5, back down, up, back down, up. Just keeps doing its thing. I mean, that's a head and shoulder pattern, though. Clear as day. Shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder. That breaks to the downside. Resistance at 117.450. If that doesn't dump, then I'd be surprised. Saturday nights tend to have no volume, and they're really flat, so we could see chop. But that's telling me we're going to the downside. So it's likely that this trade is a wrap. I traded it because we got above the 4-hour 200 moving average. Now that we're below it, it kind of negates the trade for me. Kind of says there's no really point to be in it anymore. I'll raise my stop up even to there. I'll lose $80 and I'll call it a day. What's sad to say, I mean, we did not. Right now, the reversal is now the party's over. Sorry, everybody. Not happening. We did not get what I look for, which is you got to close this green. Boom. Either they're toying with us and they're going to rip it one more time, or there's, which I'm open-minded. That's why I'll keep it. But it just, no, to me, it's been negated. My thesis is a wrap right now. Not happening. Now it's more likely we dump. But you never know. Look, now they're trying to wick this candle. So that's why I just stick with the original plan and I don't double, I could go back and forth, play games. I learned that lesson. I don't do that. So I'm just going to let it cook. So I was going to have a fun, I was going to do something every Saturday night. What did I have for dinner? What did the lifer eat for dinner tonight? And we were going to create a poll. Some obvious answers, some unobvious answers. So a ribeye, a strip steak, a New York strip, or mac and cheese in a box. Okay, later on we'll have some fun with who answered what question, and we'll do something cool with the chat. But so, what did lifer eat for dinner? Ribeye, New York strip, or mac and cheese in a box? Hit the link there. Hit the link or hit this to find out and find out what I ate tonight for dinner. It's been a while. How you feeling? Seen you got a haircut. God bless to OK Breeze. God bless you. Thank you. Could be a fake out of the 200 EMA on the 4-hour. It could be. The chance we get right back up and we pump. My trader instinct is telling me we're pumping, but that's like my feeling. It's like my trader instinct tells me we're going to be right here, right then, tomorrow with the huge pump, and everyone's going to say, "I told you so," and you were scared, and we should, So I'm keeping the long open so I can look like the man tomorrow, because that's my trader instinct. But the odds don't look great. Sometimes got to live dangerously and go against the odds. You know what I mean? Hey, what are the odds that you're going to make it on YouTube? They're low. So if you start a YouTube channel, you're going to go against the odds, right? What are the odds you're going to make it as a trader? They're low. So if you start trading, you got to go against the odds, don't you? Honestly, but I also go against the grain. Everyone says the odds of you making it are low. The odds of, anyone that ever put their mind to anything always made it. So the odds are actually guaranteed you're going to make it if you put your mind to it. If you say for sure I'm going to do it, then you're going to do it. That's it. 100%. 100%. So wow, we got some people voting in here. We got 34% on ribeye, 30% on New York strip, and 36% on the mac and cheese in a box. It's very close. Could be a fake. Yeah, guys, go watch Sammy's Friday market update. Always the best way to catch up on the week. Seriously. It's very good and quick. Thank you so much, Crypto Billy. Some reason people will never watch that because it's worth it. That's probably why. Anyway, so what do I see happening in the market? Where are we going? We're looking for that rate cut. And we're going to keep kind of going over this every couple of days till we get there. But right now, it's a 92% chance that they cut that rate. And that's exactly what we want to see. So far, so good here on the thesis. And yeah, there was a little adjustment on PPI, but it didn't derail the overall, trajectory of where these cuts should be. By September 17th, at 92% chance, they cut this rate, give short, cheap money to the market, and it flows like the salmon of Capistrano. But so, I see a bear flag dumping here. That's what the TA says. So don't go by what I'm doing. Go by what the TA says. Very rare that I'm usually doing exactly what the TA says. I'm a stubborn old man. I told you that. And sometimes it's even hard for me to show how stubborn I am, but I have to, right? And they'll toy with this all night. First thing that will happen is the 1 minute will get back above the 200 moving average. That has to happen. Has to. I mean, they just defied a head and shoulder pattern. The 5 minute has to get back above the 200, even though now it looks like it's in a descending triangle. That thing avoids a dump. I'd be surprised. Down to 116,950. Man. Let's take a look at Ethereum. Get out of this depressive, nasty chart for a moment. Take a look at what's happening to ETH. Probably the exact same thing. ETH looks like it has to take a nasty dump down to the daily 200 moving average. Just like it's not going to get that bounce like it looked like it may have. I feel like ETH needs a bigger pullback here. Bearish div on the daily. MACD's overbought. Man. I was looking for this resistance to hold. And for us to get this wacky bounce, but for me, I felt like it had to have happened before, like by now. I'm not trying to be too impatient, but dang, come on, ETH. And we were looking for this kind of double bottom here to play out on Ethereum. See that double bottom on the 4 hour? One good thing about ETH is above the 200 moving average on the 1 hour time frame, which gives it some hopium. And you got to break out of this flag to the upside. So to me, the trade's validly, it's still valid. And I got a bit of an Adam and Eve double bottom here. So I got a little bit of faith here that Ethereum can pull off a win somehow, some way in this low volume treachery during the weekend here. But it can go either way. Think about it. It still is a symmetrical. And it could go either way, right? And if you break down, and Bitcoin looks pretty bearish, so... And ETH would head somewhere down right there to 4,300 a coin. So, I don't know. Mixed signals for Ethereum. Not looking amazing either. I'm just showing you how it is, We got to get that bounce. Like, something's got to give sooner than later. Bitcoin's holding up so far, so good. Only down 30 now, and we're still in the trade. So, we'll see what happens. Hey, scared money make no money. You can't win the trades that you're not in, so you got to be in something. And again, you can take the weekends completely off. They're hard to trade as they are. I've been in this trade for a while, so I'm just letting it sit. I think like since Friday morning or something. And then I called this reversal here on this candle, if you remember. And you're still in the money, but it's been a wild ride. So... just taking its time. I bought into this candle here, and we've just been chopping around. Then that candle was green. Above this, everything started to look like we were going to get this massive fall through. Everyone, I got pants on. Yeah, a beautiful pair of khaki pants. Looks nice. You know? You can see me walking with my pants on here. On my way. Yeah, but I wear pants on the channel, just so you know. No, but some streamers, they wear boxers, and I just want to make it pretty clear that I don't do that. I got pants on. Hey, pretty new. What? What's so funny? Why are you laughing? Hey there, I'm pretty new. XRP vids seem to be super pumped, huh? Maybe that's how XRP community are, or should I be looking more at Bitcoin? XRP community is very, very thorough. You just blink on XRP and you start getting views. Yeah, it definitely gets people going, right? Matter of fact, I'm going to stop the channel right now and go make an XRP video in the studio. I'll be back tomorrow. No. I'll probably put on an XRP video tomorrow. No. I like that the 21's curving up. I like that Chainlink's making a flag. I'm bullish on Chainlink. And I'm bullish on it breaking up there to 22. And I'm bullish on it headed to the bigger target there at 25. So I'm just looking for this to flag out for Chainlink. And that looks like a nice play. Not too long from now, we can put alert on Chainlink and keep that on the radar. On the radar, baby. Put your pants on, Sammy, all the time, baby. Don't trip by the dip. I signed up for a one-on-one trading session. It's like copy trading with personalized guidance of Verona. I don't know. God bless you. Thank you for your weirdness. Jerome Powell needs to be fired. God bless you. Another Saturday Night Live already. Isn't it crazy? Shout out to God is Love. Wet elbow. These are clipped on. Wet elbow. Those are clipped on pants. Wet elbow. Yeah. Those are clip-on pants, man. No. They're actually After Effects. It's After Effects. Yeah, they're After Effects pants. They're painted on by a smoke editor. Do it, Sammy. I need your juice for my XRP long. No worries. We'll do it. We'll juice it up for you there, buddy. God is Love. Hola, bro. Hola. Remember when God is Love saw us in the casino? Out of nowhere? That was the funniest thing ever. I've seen your old video about Ondo, and you're still optimistic on it. I am. Thank you for saying that. Shorts are comfy. Maybe they're a little too comfy, but it looks like shorts are in position for the dump. 5 minute looks dumpy. Bear flag looks dumpy. Everything looks pretty dumpy here for Bitcoin. 116,950. You lose that 115,305. Final answer. So here we go. Now we're back here to the poll. What did I eat for dinner? A ribeye. 38% say a ribeye. 31% say a New York strip. And 31% say mac and cheese in a box. How dare you? How dare you say that? Man, heck yeah, I remember he has the best picture ever. Wow, seeing, what the heck is this? You guys are weirdos. Shout out to all the strange weirdo bots out here. Put you all in timeout forever. Get out of here, you weirdo bots. I don't think losing Jerome Powell will make a difference. The same people who would fire him are the exact same type of people at the Federal Reserve. It'll hire the same type of new guy. Yeah, exactly. Get him, Lakochi. I know, Lakochi, just get rid of him. Anyone that says something strange, just get him out. Yeah. Shorts attack. Hey. Don't make me get the thing over here. Get the Thule. Hope you're both having a great weekend. God bless you, man. You too. Omar Lopez, thank you for jumping on in. I'll be honest, everyone, it's a quiet weekend here. Not a lot going on. All coins are drip dropping. Nothing ripping out of nowhere. You know, no amazing AI coin flying out of the windows. There's definitely things to research. There's definitely DCA. There's definitely an opportunity. I buy more SCI, if anything else. It's the only thing I'm really grabbing right now, and some more BTC. And I'm just kind of sitting on my hands waiting. Sometimes just waiting and being patient is the best thing you can do. Right? You had a strip a couple nights ago, so I'm thinking ribeye. Although you're humble enough for a good old mac and cheese. Shout out to Neil Schwartz. Trouble would dismantle the Federal Reserve. You're funny, right? Hey, we may get a whole change in the guard forever. You never know. 5 minute looks like it's going to dump down to 116,950. Yeah, Flat City, Flatoshi. Lame Saturdays are typically followed by awesome week. Price action. I like to hear that, Master Friend. You're getting me excited. I mean, you don't want to pump on a Saturday, right? I get it. I get it. Feels like a blockbuster night. I know, right? Ready to rock. Like Die Hard, the movie. I'm jumping out of like a trash truck into a sewer at the speed of light. Okay, so I'm going to say what happened here and tell you what I ate. It's a lockstep, though. I need to have this not like it's locked. It's 30, 30, 40. We need to see if this can flip here. 40% say ribeye, 30% say New York strip, and 30% say mac and cheese in a box. Wow. What did the lifer eat for dinner? And we only got 302 votes. We got so many more people here on the stream. Can we get the likes or the votes up to the watchers, please? That would be greatly appreciated. We got like 1,000 people here and only 300 people hitting in on those answers. We need everybody. It should say everybody in there. Everybody. It should say everybody right there. Say, good Teddy, can you check Dog and Me? It's Saturday, but I'll check it for you, yeah. I hope it is. All dressed up, no place to go, yeah. Made some nice gains from the Elite Lifers today. OGN pumped. That's awesome to hear. Origin Protocol. What an old school coin. Oh, wow. Big pump. Came back down hard, though, after that. The lurkers. Yeah. All right, now write your answer here. Down here. Even though you already said it, write your answer down here. Write ribeye, NY strip, or mac and cheese. All right, whatever your answer was, write it down here. I'm going to tell you guys what it was, and then I'm going to pick someone that got the answer right. So write down whatever your answer was. I'm going to see your names, and if I see your name and the right answer, after I tell you guys what the answer was, we'll hook you up. So right now, just write down what you said. Reliable J says mac and cheese. Loki says ribeye. Darren Sullivan, the mac and cheese. Ribeye strip. Crypto Billy with the ribeye. Jay with the mac and cheese. Austin Orr with the mac and cheese. Big with the strip, ribeye. You got to make it fun today. The market's flat, right? So we got to do something. All right, I'm going to let that cook for a second. I'm going to come back to it. And I'm going to tell you exactly what I had, and we're going to break it down. Okay, only down 4%. We're still in pursuit of a win. We're still with a higher low. Low, high, higher low, master friend. We could still possibly make this kind of what's called an irregular inverted, where you get this kind of mangled inverted, and we still break out of here to the upside. There's still a chance that we pump. So shout out to Lion Fangs. I like that. Lion Fangs. He said mac and cheese. He's 100% correct. I had a box of mac and cheese today. It just, you know what? I haven't eaten that much the last few days. There's 2 pool parties where they gave out free food. I had all these little burgers and, hors d'oeuvres and stuff like that. Then I had some ice cream on the side. A vegan, I don't even know what the heck it had. It had nothing in it, but it was ice cream. But it had no nuts, no nothing. But it was really good. It tasted like ice cream, but it was like a vegan mix of who knows what I ate. And so when I got home, it was just like, I just needed something before the show. And I just said, hey, babe, let's just make some mac and cheese in a box. You know what I mean? And do we have any mac and cheese left to show the people the truth? I don't think they believe it. We got to show them the mac and cheese. And it's kind of crazy to, I could buy any steak I want throughout the entire country and I ate a mac and cheese in a box. But you know what? It's also humbling, right? So shout out to Lion Fangs, man. You're cool. If you're not in the group, let me know. Email cryptolifers@gmail.com. We'd like to throw you in for a month and show you what it's like. So Lion Fangs, if you're out there. You said mac and cheese. Mac and cheese, rise up, plebes. Shout out to Andrew Yurkovic. God bless you, brother. No, it wasn't Annie's. It was like the Trader Joe's version. Yeah, Trader Joe's. Yeah. Steak smothered and mac and cheese. Sounds good, man. Shout out to David Roy. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for kicking it with the lifer. Lion is an OG. I like to hear that. That's pretty cool. Shout out Lion Fangs. Kathy Woods Arc sent 1,200 Bitcoin to Coinbase. Are they dumping? You add broccoli and garlic to that mac and cheese, my guy. It's pasta. Oh, hey. Mac and cheese deluxe with a pound of hamburger ain't bad at all. Don't care how you broke it or you are or aren't. Oh, yeah, I got you. I think I'll change my name to Friend Master. Hey, that would be pretty funny. Friend Master Lifer. Master Lifer. That's why my kiddos still eats PB&J and mac and cheese. Don't let them get spoiled 100%. I mean, PB&J is amazing. Like this summer, I had so many different things I could have eaten. There's like fancy place that made fancy sandwiches and all this. And towards the end of the summer, man, I would look at my wife and just say, can I just have 2 PB&Js, please? And then on the beach, I'd be like, where's my PB&J? Look at B&B, very lovely pump. We want this for Bitcoin. I mean, B&B's been amazing. I put it out. It's probably still sitting in the exact place we kind of left it at. Let's see. So the last time I looked at B&B was inside this flag for the break to the upside. Suggested it was going to head all the way to 1,050, and it's so far, it's just really on the way. Then I was looking for this consolidation. It dipped lower than I wanted it to, but then came back inside the flag. If anything can pump, it looks like B&B will pump. I'm going to put out another call for it. It's still in the original call that I gave down here for B&B. I mean, look at it right there. On the daily, still breaking out too from this call. So this trade is still valid. I put it to the group at 808. You're up at 842 already. I'm changing it, but just so you know, like that's a, we're changing what was already a winning trade. But I still see possible movement here for B&B. Could be a little bearish div there though. 3-day chart starting to get a little crispy. 4-hour looking pretty nice. I mean, BNB is one of the hottest coins right now as we speak. It's got a great ecosystem. It's backed by one of the biggest exchanges in the game. It's got a use case because if you hold it, you get the fee, less fee. It creates so much more than just, it's got DeFi and centralized exchanging. It got DeFi and CEX and DEX combined. Probably one of the hottest coins ever in the history of coins. I remember when it was $1. When I first bought BNB, it was $1 a coin. So. And Ethereum playing games too as well, just not looking amazing. 777 on the concurrence. Was there mac and cheese with a side of pub sub? No, just mac and cheese. It was pretty sad. I chugged some OJ. Setting this short if we can reject the 200 on the 1 minute. I agree with you. Like we come up and decide we're not going to make that 200. I mean, we just did reject the 1 minute 200 moving average. It just happened right there. Trying to Adam and Eve here. Again, you never get to fall through on the weekends, so it's almost better off to just let a bigger time frame trade sit and go from there. That's how I trade the weekends. Or I don't trade at all, which is basically the same. I set it on Friday, and I really don't touch the trade. We know we got heavy volatility coming in this weekend. Sunday night, it's going to be crazy. So, sending the short, yep. Bellico X in the house. Ryan Fashwag. Reliable J, always holding me down. Shout out to Stevie C and Taniga. Tagina. So I gave you all the information I could give you for Bitcoin, hoping that it defies the logic and pumps out of nowhere, or at least goes sideways, but it's more likely it dumps, and it is what it is. Yeah. I'll eat it with tuna. I haven't had it that many times though. Probably not my thing, no. I like tuna like a tuna melt, or just tuna by itself. You know what I'm saying? Not really a fan. And then you got DJI 6930 getting beat to the ground because if Bitcoin's going to dump, the whole market's going to tank, and that coin's a wrap, even though it looked good. Love this track here. This thing bounced near a 618 fib. Just watch it as it consolidates tighter in here. This thing's been hot. A lot of people are talking about it. I get it's floating around. Good narratives. INSP. Looks like you could possibly do numbers. 4-hour time frame still tight. Touching the 21 above the 200 moving average. No guarantees here, but that is the sauce, and the stop loss can be below the 200. Chance this could be a swing on the weekend. I'd pay attention to INSP if I was a trader, but who knows? What do I know? I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy over here that may or may not have won a pocket square last night over here. But yeah, fun pool parties, man. I've never been part of like these private gated communities, and they have all these fancy little parties, and you drive on over, say hello. They got pool parties and food and stuff, you know. I always came for these working class neighborhoods in Boston. Never seen this. I never knew the gated life here in Florida. It's crazy. It is fun, man. It was hot though, bro. It was so hot today. It was insane. So hot. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. One of the hottest days of the year for sure. And it's just been hot here. So hot. Tomorrow, like, look at the weather. Tomorrow, 92. Right? Monday, 92. Tuesday, 90, 90, 90. At night, it's high 70s at night and high humid. We get like a thunderstorm every day. It's crazy. But that's what it is living here on the Gulf. It's hot. No joke. Raining like floods here last week. Oh, yeah, it was raining crazy. Been here almost 2 years. Much love. God bless to you. Thank you. No corned beef and carriage, my Irish brother. Sometimes it happens. Not a lot. My wife's good at it, though. She makes a great corned beef and cabbage. I like it with all, with all the carrots and everything, too. All those different colored carrots. That's the key. Inspective looks interesting to me. So if it reminds someone compared to the last few in Florida, yikes. People said it was super hot, actually. It was one of the hottest ever, though. I heard different, yeah. Will get boring, too much to do. All you can do is think about after fourth and fifth one. I know, right? Sammy request looks good on the daily flag, touching the 21. Request USD. It does look really nice and tight. Thank you. I'll put that on the radar. That looks nice. You're spot on, my friend. Target takes it at 22 cents. I don't know much about the coin itself, but that looks good to me. The TA looks so spot on. And TOKABU, how's TOKABU doing? That's getting love. I saw that floating around the internet. TOKABU, 60 million market cap. We saw it at maybe 12, if you remember. And then we saw it down here, and I suggested it could go up to 4.7. It hit my exact target and more. A 6.8x from when we first put it out here, and I think we put it out down here. TOKABU. Someone asked me about it. I thought it was kind of funny at like a $5, $6, $12 million market cap. It's done a 5x or more since we've talked about it on the stream. If you go and find the first time I brought this thing up. TOKABU continuing to take names and kick butt. One of the strongest coins in the game right now, TOKABU. And very small market cap, so it doesn't need a lot to be hot, but dang. And it would have to consolidate now for me to see it going high to 13 cents, but it could happen. I'd much rather watch that daily, come back down to a 618 fib after such a monster move. Look at TOKABU just going straight up since July 18th. Unbelievable. So it's not all down. There's been some big pumps here. This guy buying $2,000 of it 35 seconds ago at the top. So many people are crazy, right? They just do whatever. Bitcoin slumping over. Looks like it's rolling over now. Can't break above the 200 moving average on the 1 minute time frame. Rolling over. No love 4 hours going to slowly kind of creep lower than that 200 too as well. What do you think about XMR short term? I think it had a 51% attack or something. Something was going on with XMR. I'd stay away from it for now until they figure out what's going on. And I could be wrong, but it does look interesting here on the 1 hour. Like it broke back above a moving average there. And it's got a flag cooking. It looks like it could get head up to 266. So maybe that wasn't true what I heard. You know what I mean? Shouldn't spread the rumor, I guess. But it seemed like something was going on. Jump on BITBABY on Solyo. Low cap pumping. BITBABY. That's way too small, man. Yeah, you bugging. I'm all set. Hope it goes well for you, buddy. Okay. I'm going to close my eyes at 117. Even send the thing to the shadow realm. I don't know what that means, but yeah. Request looks tight. If it could hit that target and still stay consolidated, I don't see how it doesn't pump 47% gains. Yeah. This has been the best August. I agree with you. August is usually absolutely horrible. So even if we just kind of flatten out and get these pumps, it's been good. I talked about Arbitrum breaking out of that inverted head and shoulder last time I put it out to the target to 52 cents. Looks like I did exactly that, then dipped down, and then it's hot now. So interesting, right? Now what for Arbitrum? And see how it made that inverted head and shoulder and broke out exactly as it was supposed to. 3-day chart above support or resistance. Daily, kind of the same idea here. You know, I'd look for the daily to pull off. It would have to bounce sooner than later. Make some to consolidation. Unless it makes a downward flag that just continues to squiggle down. But I'd like that bounce in the consolidation. Not my favorite to play right now, but, you know, you want to see these layers start to pump. Arbitrum optimism of that nature. TA on Phi protocol. Again, wow, you don't stop, Lazaro. You like that Phi. Last we saw it was a 2.6 million market cap. It's back down 1.8. Just keeps sliding. We did say it would get hot inside of this golden pocket. Now it's kind of at the 786. It's getting into that area we thought we discussed. The accumulation zone there. It is the natural place, right? You're buying the discount. Again, you'd have to really like the project. I don't care about it as much, so I wouldn't touch it, but maybe you guys love it. And look, there's the descending triangle starting that move to the downside, headed to the target at 116,950, and Bitcoin starting that slumpage to the downside. So we're just, you know, no good. So we wait for the weekly close. We come back tomorrow, but right now, I leave with the idea that this is going to continue to dump to the downside. It is what it is, and that's kind of how I look at it, right? So I'll leave you with that, everybody. I'm exhausted. It was a hot, sweaty night. I'm sweating my head off right now in this heat. Even though I have the AC on somehow, it's like so humid. But I love you. I'll be back tomorrow morning to go over more. I'm not going to just keep going over the market. And, you know, you see what it is. It looks like we're dumping down here to 116. And then if we lose 116, we could go lower. Look for 116,750. And if you go all the way, you're looking at 115,300. I don't know if we have enough juice to go that low, and it may just be a swoop, you know, a little dip. But right now, we are bearish. And it is what it is. It was mac and cheese. We went over it. Yeah. God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm jumping out for the night, and I will see you tomorrow morning for another awesome, amazing, and fun-filled, positive live stream. God bless you all. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow.